Hello students, welcome to Standard 12th subject Mathematics, Chapter 1 Relations and Functions. This is lecture number 33 and we are now the last step of this chapter, in that we will do the miscellaneous examples. Means some typical examples we will solve in this lecture, from this lecture. So before this we have seen all 40 examples and now this is the example number 41 we have. In this, what is given? If R1 and R2 are equivalence relations in a set A, show that R1 intersection R2 is also an equivalence relation. Separately, R1 and R2 are equivalence relation given, and we have to show that R1 intersection R2 is also equivalence relations. By the definition of equivalence relations, we know that to show equivalence relations, we have to show the relation is reflexive, number one. Number two, we have to show that relation is symmetric, and number three, we have to show the relation is transitive also. So one by one, each three steps we will show here. So first is, in the solution, since R1 and R2 are equivalence relations, this is given. If we take any pair in the set A as an element A, so A belongs to R1 because R1 is equivalent, so it will be reflexive. So AA will be in R1 means AA belongs to R1, and AA will also be belongs to R2 because R2 is also equivalent, so it is reflexive. R1 and R2 both are reflexive. So similar element AA will also be belongs to R1 and AA belongs to R2 for every A belongs to set A in which the question is given. If this AA is in R1 and AA is on R2 also, intersection common of R1 and R2 comes. In R1 AA is there, in R2 also AA there. So AA belongs to R1 intersection R2 we can write, because in intersection both the common things of R1 and R2 will come in R1 intersection R2. So AA belongs to R1 and R1 intersection R2 also, for every A belongs to A. What is this shows? AA belongs to R1 intersection R2 shows that R1 intersection R2 is reflexive. So first step we have done, that we have shown R1 intersection R2 as reflexive. Now two are remaining to show symmetric and transitive. One by one that we will see. So that is, further, if AB belongs to R1 intersection R2, any pair AB belongs to R1 intersection R2, what that implies? That implies that AB will also be belongs to R1 and AB also be belongs to R2, because intersection definition we know. If anything is in R1 and R2, R1 intersection R2, like AB is in R1 intersection R2, so this AB will be in R1 as well as this AB is in R2 also. So that we have shown here. AB belongs to R1 and AB belongs to R2. So now we can write this way also. If AB belongs to R1, BA also belongs to R1. If AB belongs to R2, BA is also belongs to R2. That way also we can write. And what that means? BA is in R1, BA is in R2. So BA will be belongs to R1 intersection R2. We have started with AB belongs to R1 intersection R2, and we got here BA belongs to R1 intersection R2. What this means? This means R1 intersection R2 is symmetric also. Second step done. Now third step, we have to show transitive. This is here. Similarly, if AB belongs to R1 intersection R2 and the other pair BC also belongs to R1 intersection R2, what that implies? This implies that AC, AB belongs to R1 intersection R2. BC also R1 intersection R2. So this A and C, one of the pair, will also be in R1 and R2. So AC belongs to R1 and AC belongs to R2. Therefore, AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. If A and B are there, B and C are there, and AC is also in R1 intersection R2, what it shows? It shows that R1 intersection R2 is transitive also. So all the three steps we have shown here, that it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So what we can say about the relation given? The relation R1 intersection R2 is an equivalence relation. This way we have shown this, what we have to show in this example. Now next example 42 we have. In that set R be a relation on the set A of the ordered pair of positive integers defined by xy relation UE. You know that in notations of relations. This way also we can show the relation between xy and UE. This is called xy relation to UE if and only if xv equal to yu. What type of defined relation it is? Xy related to UE. How it is related? First and last element multiply means x into v equals to second and third multiply y into u. This way it is defined. We have to show that R is an equivalence relation. This relation also equivalence we have to show it. So again the three steps we will do: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So solution here clearly. Can we write xy related to xy? Yes, for every xy belongs to y. If we write this way, by this defined in this question, what to do? We have to multiply of first and fourth. X into v equals to second and third. Y into u. Similar way we can do here. X into y equals to y into x. We can write, and this is true. You know, xy equals to yx always is true, because it is commutative law in multiplication. Xy will be always yx. So we can write this. And this xy related to xy, what it shows if this exists? It shows that the relation is reflexive. The same element, same pairs are there. So reflexive. Now we have to show symmetric. For that, next we have taken further xy related to uv. Like it is given in the question. We can say, as given in the question only, that xv equals to yu. Now this xv equals to yu can be written as, this yu can be written as ui equals, this xv can be written as vx. So it is the same, just the commutative law used. Yu is written as ui equals to xv is written as vx. So we can write it as dr equals. Now if we relate to the given defined function, if this way the function is related, how we can write about UE, first and last, UV related to xy, you can write. By writing this, we can show UY, here we have UY equals to VX equals to VX, right, as given. By writing this, we can write this also UV related to xy by defined, and this is as defined, it is following also. So we have started with xy related to uv, and you got that uv related to xy. What it shows that? It shows that it is symmetric. Second step we have done. Third, we want to show transitive. So similarly, xy related to uv and uv related to ab. Suppose one third pair we have taken ab. Xy is related to uv, uv related to ab. First, xy related to uv can be written as xv equals to yu, and the second relation can be written as defined in the question, ub equals to va. Ub equals to va. From this ub equals to va, we can write b upon v will be equals to here a and upon u. So b upon v equals to a upon u we can make. Now again start with this that we have here, xv equals to yu. And now multiply both the sides, a upon u, you can multiply both the sides the similar thing, and it will be equal. So I have multiplied here on the left a upon u, on the right also a upon u. So it will be equal to both. And the same, it will be equals to xv into v upon v, yu equals to v upon v also. If you multiply both the sides a upon u, then also it will be equal. And if you multiply b upon v on this both the sides, then also all will be equal, because a upon u equals to b upon v. We can multiply both the sides a upon u, so it will be equal. And if you multiply b upon v on both the sides, then also it will be equal. So this is all equal shown. Here we have multiplied a upon u on both the sides, and the same thing multiplied b upon v. So all are equal to one another. Now what happens in between this? Here u and u will be cancelled. Here v and v will be cancelled. So what is remaining here? Ya equals to xb, that I have written, ya equal to xb. Now this ya equals to xb can be written as xb equals to ay, commutative law used, and this can be written as xy related to ab as given the relation. You can write as the relation, if this is the relation, what it should be, xb equal to y, that is here, xb equal to y. So you can write xy related to ab. So what we have started with, xy related to ue and uv related to ab. So where you reach xy is related to ab. If this happens and this is happening here, so what we can say, the relation is transitive also. So all the three steps we have shown, reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So we can say thus R is an equivalence relation. Here is example 42. Now next we have example 43. Is that let x equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let R1 be a relation in x, given by R1 is a relation, is the set of xy. In that x minus y, means difference of x minus y is divisible by 3. This is the R1 relation given. And R2 be the another relation on x given by, this is the second relation given R2. That is xy, the pair xy is a subset of 147, or it is a subset of 258, or it is a subset of xy is a subset of 369 sets. This is the relation R2. And we have to show that R1 and R2 relations are equal. Okay. So in solution, here characteristics of the sets which are given here, say A equals to, say this set 147 as A, this set 258 as B, and this set 369 as C. So the characteristics of the sets A, 147, B, 258 and C, 369 is that the difference between any two elements, if we are taking, of these sets is a multiple of 3. You can check this. See, 1, 4, the difference will be 3. Difference of 1, 4 is 3, divisible by 3, multiple of 3. 1, 7 difference is 6, again multiple of 3. 4, 7, the difference is 3, multiple of 3. 2, 5, the difference is 3, multiple of 3. 5, 8, 3, multiple of 3. 2, 8 difference is 6, it is a multiple of 3. 3, 6 difference is 3, multiple of 3. 6, 9 difference is 3, multiple of 3. 3, 9 difference is 6, multiple of 3. So any two elements difference if we are taking in these three given sets, we are getting, it's a number, it is multiple of 3. That is the characteristic we have to note here. Now, therefore, xy, if it is belongs to R1, xy belongs to R1, that means by the defined, if xy belongs to R1, x minus y will be divisible by 3, x minus y is divisible by 3, and you can say x minus y is multiple of 3. If x minus y is multiple of 3, that means xy belongs to A, because this is multiple of 3, difference always. Or xy belongs to B also, because in that also all the differences are multiple of 3. Or xy belongs to C as well, because in this also all the differences are multiple of 3. So this xy, if it is belongs to R1, that xy belongs to A, xy belongs to B, or xy belongs to C, all 3. And if it comes in all 3, that is the relation R2. See, so it shows that xy belongs to R2. So we have started with xy belongs to R1, and we are getting that xy belongs to R2. Hence we can say that R1 is a subset of R2. This, the conclusion comes from this one. Similarly, we start with xy belongs to R2 now. If the xy is in R2, what it means by the given definition? That xy, if it is belongs to R2, it will be the subset of A, it will be subset of B, it will be subset of C as well. So that we have shown. If xy belongs to R2, so xy is a subset of A, or xy is a subset of B, or xy is a subset of C. That means if all xy is a subset of A, B, C, so what is the ABC's characteristics? That all the sets, these all three sets given, in that difference of any two element is x minus y is a multiple of 3. So that is implying x minus y is divisible by 3. And if x minus y is divisible by 3, we can say that xy belongs to R1, because xy belongs to in R1, x minus y is divisible by 3. And here we are writing that x minus y is divisible by 3. So from that it is implying that xy belongs to R1. So in which we have started xy belongs to R2, and simplifying we are getting that xy also belongs to R1. So what we can say, R2 is a subset of R1, hence R2 is a subset of R1. So what the two observations here? Here we got that R1 is a subset of R2, and here we got R2 is a subset of R1. By the definition of sets, you know that R1 is a subset of R2 and R2 is also a subset of R1. Then R1 equals to R2. It is only possible when R1 equal to R2. So this way R1 equal to R2 we have shown in the example 43 also. So this way we have to do this 41, 42, 43 examples very carefully, and very simple it is, but carefully we have to show all the three steps to show the equivalence relation. Here in these two, and here to show R1 equal to R2, we have taken the operation in sets, that was if A subset B and B subset A, then it will be A equal to B. So that type of R1 is a subset of R2 and R2 is a subset of R1, then it is R1 equals to R2, that we have proved it, we have shown.